King Midas.
King Midas was a lover of luxury. He prayed to the gods, and after a long period of meditation, the god appeared before him and asked what boon he desired. Midas wished that everything he touched should turn to gold. The god, after some thought, warned him to be careful of what he wished for, but Midas insisted. Thus, the god granted Midas the boon that everything he touched would turn to gold. Overjoyed, Midas returned home and touched a rose in his garden, which immediately turned into a gold rose. His joy knew no bounds. He then touched a mango tree nearby, and it too turned to gold. Upon entering his palace, he touched the pillars, and they all turned to gold. He touched his throne, which also turned to gold. Sitting on his golden throne, Midas felt that his future would be filled with glory. He touched everything in his palace, turning all objects to gold. To share his happiness, he called for his daughter, who was playing in the garden, and made her sit on his lap. She too turned to gold. Midas was now deeply sorrowful. Days passed, and he remained in grief without eating. Hungry and desperate, he ordered his servant to bring food, but as soon as he touched the food, it turned to gold. The boon he had asked for had now become a curse. Unable to eat or drink, King Midas eventually died.
Desire is the root cause of destruction.
Kalpavriksha.
There was a beautiful village. In that village, a poor farmer lived in a small hut. One day, he had to travel through the forest to reach a neighboring village for work. It was a hot summer day, and he was walking under the scorching sun. He felt extremely thirsty and exhausted. As he continued walking, he sat down under a tree to rest. It was a Kalpavriksha, a divine wish-fulfilling tree. Whoever sat under it and wished for something, their wish would come true. However, the poor farmer was unaware of this. Sitting under the tree, he thought, "Oh, it's so hot. It would be great if I had some cool water to drink." Instantly, a bowl of chilled water appeared beside him. The farmer was astonished but decided to drink the water first to quench his thirst. The water was delicious and refreshing. Then he thought, "There is no breeze at all. If I had a fan, it would be nice." Immediately, a fan appeared in front of him. He was surprised again, but took the fan and began fanning himself. After a while, his hands started aching, so he placed the fan down and thought, "It would be even better if a cool breeze started blowing now." Instantly, a gentle, cool breeze surrounded him, making him feel relaxed and happy. Due to the breeze and his exhaustion from walking, he started feeling sleepy. He then thought, "If only I had a soft silk mattress to sleep on, that would be wonderful." At once, a silk mattress appeared. He then thought, "A bed to sleep on would be even better." Instantly, a comfortable bed appeared. He climbed onto the bed and lay down, feeling completely at ease. As the evening approached, the sky began to darken. A thought crossed his mind. "It's getting dark, and this is a forest. There must be dangerous wild animals here. What if a tiger comes and kills me?" And immediately, a tiger appeared and killed him.
Think only good thoughts.
Feast.
There was a beautiful forest where all kinds of animals lived. In that forest, there was a pond with very tasty water. Because of this, all the animals loved to drink from it. By the pond, a stork lived, feeding on the creatures in the water. A fox also visited the pond every day to drink water. Over time, the stork and the fox became good friends. They would sit by the pond and talk for long hours. One day, the stork invited the fox to its home for a feast. The fox happily accepted and, in return, invited the stork to its home for a meal as well. On the day of the feast, the fox went to the stork's house. The stork had prepared a delicious sweet dish, payasam. However, wanting to trick the fox, the stork served the payasam in a tall, narrow-necked jar. "My friend, please enjoy this payasam. It is very tasty," said the stork. The fox tried to eat, but couldn't reach the payasam inside the jar. Feeling disappointed and humiliated, the fox left without saying a word. A few days later, it was the stork's turn to visit the fox's home for a feast. The stork eagerly asked, "What have you prepared for me?" The fox replied, "I have made the same delicious payasam you made for me." The fox then served the payasam in a flat plate. Now, the stork, with its long beak, struggled to eat from the plate. Realizing its mistake, the stork understood how the fox must have felt earlier. Feeling ashamed, the stork apologized to the fox, learning a valuable lesson about treating others with kindness.
Treat others as you want to be treated.
Smart fox.
There was a large, beautiful forest where many animals lived. Among them was an old lion. The lion had grown very old and weak, making it difficult for him to hunt. So he came up with a plan. He sent a donkey to spread the message throughout the forest that he was unwell. Then he lay down inside his cave. Hearing the news that the lion was sick, the other animals felt sad. However, they were also relieved, knowing that the lion would not come out to hunt. One day, a rabbit came to the entrance of the cave and asked, "Lion King, how is your health?" The lion, in a weak and feeble voice, replied, "Oh, I can't even get up. I haven't eaten for 4 days. Please come inside and see me." The rabbit, feeling pity for the lion, stepped into the cave. The very next moment, the lion pounced on the rabbit, killed it, and ate it. The next day, a zebra arrived at the cave and said, "Lion King, I heard that you are unwell. How are you now?" The lion replied, "Yes, dear zebra. I am too weak to even stand. I am very thirsty. Can you please bring me some water?" The zebra, feeling sorry for the lion, went to a nearby pond, fetched some water, and stepped inside the cave. But as soon as it entered, the lion jumped on the zebra, killed it, and ate it. This continued with a bear, a deer, and even a giraffe. The lion kept tricking animals into coming inside the cave and eating them. One day, a clever fox happened to pass by. As it neared the cave, it noticed the footprints of many animals leading inside, but none coming out. Realizing the lion's trick, the fox stayed outside. Hearing the sound of footsteps, the lion called out, "Who is there? Please come inside and help me sit up. I am too weak to move." The fox, now fully aware of the danger, replied, "Oh, Lion King, you may have fooled other animals, but not me. I see that many have gone inside, but none have come out. That only means one thing. You have eaten them all. I am not a fool like the others." Saying this, the fox quickly ran away, saving its life.
Wisdom and caution can save you from danger.
Foolish crow.
Once upon a time, there was a forest. In that forest, there lived a beautiful peacock. In the same forest, there was a big tree where crows had made their home. The peacocks would often dance, spreading their magnificent feathers, and the crows sitting on the tree would watch and admire them. One of the crows, seeing this, wished to become like a peacock. It shared this desire with the other crows, but they replied, "We are crows, and we cannot become peacocks. We cannot grow such feathers. Let go of such thoughts and learn to live peacefully." However, no matter what they said, the crow's heart did not accept this. Determined, the crow picked up fallen peacock feathers from the forest floor and stuck them into its own tail. Then it went and lived among the peacocks, staying quiet and not cawing. It lived peacefully this way for some time. One day, in the morning, the crow saw a dead rat lying in the forest. Overjoyed, it forgot itself and cawed loudly, "Caw, caw." Hearing this sound, the peacocks turned around and noticed a crow with peacock feathers among them. Immediately, all the peacocks joined together, beat the crow, and chased it away. The crow, bruised and battered, returned to its own group of crows. But the crows said, "You left us to become a peacock, didn't you? From now on, we will not accept you among us." They chased it away too. The crow, not knowing what to do, flew away to another forest.
Contented mind is a perpetual feast.